Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we are back with the following list of topics to discuss. So let's start. The first topic says about the SC ruling or the Supreme Court ruling on demonetization today. Okay, so recently what we have seen that the Supreme Court has ruled out that जो demonetization हुआ था हमारे इंडिया में during the time of 2016, that is November 2016, Supreme Court of India upholded the decision of Narendra Modi government. Okay, of that is the demonetization of rupees 500 as well as 1000 rupees currency. Okay, this decision which was taken by a 4:1 majority of the constitutional bench state that central government's notification on November 8, 2016 was valid and met the test of proportionality. Okay, so therefore we know about the demonetization that has happened on this respective date, where the denominations of these two 500 and thousands were gradually abolished. Okay, so therefore today we could see that the court stated that the decision making process was not flawed and the great restraint must be exercised in matters of economic policy. So the court also emphasized that it cannot supplant the wisdom of the executive through a judicial review of its decision. ओके, सो यहाँ पे बस एक ही जज थे जो कि थे जस्टिस B.V. Nagarratna, who rendered a dissenting view stating that the scrapping of the whole series of 500 and 1000 notes was unlawful on legal grounds, despite acknowledging that the demonetization was well intentioned and well thought out. Okay, so therefore यहाँ पे हम लोग जानते हैं कि like because of the impact of demonetization we could see that the currency in circulation, which is valued in terms of around INR 17.74 lakh crore, was renounced, and therefore we could see that by the time the demonetization has no discernible impact on the respective countries' economy. ओके, तो उस टाइम भले से ही हम लोग का थोड़ा बहुत दिक्कत हुआ था, लेकिन उस टाइम हम लोग को डिमोनेटाइजेशन बहुत एसेंशियली चाहिए था जस्ट टू कर्ब द मैनेस ऑफ करप्शन, द मैनेस ऑफ ब्लैक मनी एज वेल एज द मैनेस ऑफ वेरियस नंबर ऑफ ट्रैफिकिंग एक्टिविटीज लीडिंग टू मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग टाइप एक्टिविटीज। तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे उसको अपहोल्ड देके डिमोनेटाइजेशन को लीगलाइज का दर्जा दिया गया सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा विद द वर्डिक्ट ऑफ 4:1 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बेंच। ओके, नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं इंडियन इमिग्रेंट्स टू ऑस्ट्रिया। ओके, सो we all know about the country of Australia. You can see about that, the country of Australia. You can see the Danube River, you can see the Enns River, you can see the Trons River, you can see Lake Nusler, you can see the Salzach River. So you could see about Hungary over here. You can see the Czech Republic, Germany, okay, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, okay. So all these countries are basically near to this respective country of Austria. ठीक है, तो इसका जो हम लोग का कैपिटल है that is known as Vienna. ओके, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का हेडक्वार्टर्ड है. ओके, सो नाउ इंडिया एंड ऑस्ट्रिया विल साइन अ माइग्रेशन एंड मोबिलिटी एग्रीमेंट, एंड इंडिया विल साइन दिस कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव माइग्रेशन एंड मोबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट, जिसको नाम दिया गया है MMPA. ठीक है, इट हैज सिमिलर मोबिलिटी एग्रीमेंट्स विद फ्रांस, यूनाइटेड किंगडम, जर्मनी एज वेल एज फिनलैंड. So India has been keen to finalize this agreement with European countries as a stepping stone to resolve issues over the long pending India-European Union Free Trade Agreement, and also facilitating Indian professionals working in these countries, the European countries, so as to see, so because all of those countries directly see them as a way to curb every forms of illegal immigration from India. Okay, so therefore, this is a much needed agreement, especially in the view of the sharp increase in the illegal migrations to Austria was confronted last year, where over 15,000 illegal migrants from India with practically no chance of asylum has been recovered in Austria. So this agreement is now a useful tool to combat illegal migration together, as it enables the swift return of illegal migrants. So it will also regulate multiple entry visas for professionals and student exchange programs, which will be reviewed regularly by a joint working group. Okay, so as of the background today, if you see that we as a country with Austria started diplomatic relations in around 1949 only. Okay, and there has been a regular exchange of high level visits between these two countries. Okay, so therefore, India's main export to Australia today are footwear, textiles, articles of leathers, okay, vehicles, rolling stocks, machinery, and also various number of mechanical products. तो उसी के बेसिस पे आज ऑस्ट्रिया के साथ हमारे रिलेशंस बहुत सही है, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे हम लोग इलीगल माइग्रेंट्स को ट्रैक करने के लिए हम लोग ने यहाँ पे एक डील साइन आउट किया है बिटवीन द टू एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर्स। ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं। Indian factories ended 2022 on a strong note. So every type of factories which is basically based upon India, तो यहाँ पे उनके 2 साल में बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ पे एक अच्छा राइज देखने को मिला। तो वी कुड सी दैट यहाँ पे द रोज इज अराउंड 57.8 from 55.7 in November, reflecting that the farm called a robust improvement. ओके, तो एक क्वार्टर में जब 57 तक पहुंच गया है तो यहाँ पे हाई चांसेस एक 2022 खत्म होते होते यहाँ पे हम लोग ने देखा है कि इंडियन जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर है, ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर ने बहुत ज़्यादा बूस्ट किया है। ठीक है, ऑल्सो करेंटली दिस सेक्टर एम्प्लॉयज फॉर अराउंड 12% ऑफ द वर्क फोर्स। ओके, तो ये बहुत एक बढ़िया सा न्यूज़ है हम लोग के लिए कि इंडियन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री इज स्लोली एंड स्लोली ग्रोइंग बिकॉज ऑफ द कैंपेन लॉन्च बाय this government in 2014-15 saying about the made in Indian products. Okay, तो उसी के बेसिस पे ये सर्वे था about the Indian factories. Okay, नेक्स्ट पे आता है पॉलिसी ऑन ऑनलाइन गेमिंग। तो रिसेंटली वी हैव सीन दैट द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज केम अप with a policy that is basically the Ministry of Electronics and IT, that is the MEITY government, MEITY, okay, which has released draft rules for online gaming. So the proposed rules have been introduced as an amendment to the Information Technology Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Rules 2021. Okay, so what are the draft rules? तो यहाँ पे बोला गया है about a self-regulatory body. So this self-regulatory body will have a board of directors with 5 members from diverse fields, including online gaming, public policy, IT, psychology, and medicine. ऑल्सो यहाँ पे ड्यू डिलीजेंस के साथ यहाँ पे ऑनलाइन गेमिंग फर्म्स को रिक्वायरमेंट पड़ेंगे यहाँ पे एडिशनल केवाईसी यूजर्स के लिए, केवाईसी बनाने के लिए, और ट्रांसपेरेंट विड्रॉल एंड रिफंड ऑफ द मनी एंड फेयर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द रेस्पेक्टिव विनिंग्स from the respective tournaments. So for KYC, they will have to follow norms laid down for entities regulated by the respective RBI. इसके लिए एक रैंडम नंबर जनरेशन सर्टिफिकेट का बात भी बोला गया है which is known as RNGC. So this will be used by platforms that offers card games to ensure that the game outputs are statistically random and unpredictable. So they will also have to get a no bot certificate from a reputed certifying body. So also there is restrictions on betting, that is online gaming companies will not be allowed to engage in betting on the outcomes of the games. तो यहाँ पे compliance बैठाना पड़ेगा because similar to social media and e-commerce companies, online gaming platforms will also have to appoint a compliance officer who will ensure that the platform is following norms, a nodal officer who will act as a licensed official, which will assist the government in law enforcement, and a grievance officer who will resolve user complaints. So, what is the need for these rules? So, around 40 to 45% of the gamers in India are women, and therefore, it was all for more important to keep the gaming ecosystem safe. So it is believed to be a great first step for comprehensive regulation for online gaming and will reduce a state-wise regulatory fragmentation that was a big challenge for the industry. So the revenue of the Indian mobile gaming industry is expected to reach around $5 billion in around 2025, and the industry grew at a compound annual growth rate of 38%. तो ये भी एक बहुत देखने का बात है। तो इसी के बेसिस पे हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि ये जो ऑनलाइन गेमिंग का रेगुलेशन है ये हम लोग के लिए बहुत एक नेसेसरी एलिमेंट बन जाते हैं। ठीक है, चलो तो लास्ट में हम लोग का एडिटोरियल है दैट सेज अबाउट the stock trade and its economy. So see that even as the RBI, that is the Reserve Bank of India, steadily downgraded India's growth focus for the year 7.2% in April to 6.8% in December, and benchmark Nifty ended the year up with a 4.1%, a handful of stocks delivered outside returns to investors. तो यहाँ पे जो आज देखा जाता है expansion of the business as well as the rewards. So we know that Adani gained because of the expansion. Okay, unexpected rise in prices. The share prices of associated companies such as Adani Green have also seen a remarkable surge. Okay, so also we could see about the risky price to rent ratio. One should be forgiven for thinking that residential real estate in Delhi with a price to rent ratio that ranges between 40 to 50 is expensive. And Adani Enterprises is currently trading at a price to equity rate of around 394. So therefore, today, even the public sector banks, be it the SBI, be it the NBI, PNB, that is the Punjab National Bank, has literally gained. And others like Bank of Baroda and UK Bank have more than doubled gained. ओके तो आज एसबीआई का 30% का ज्यादा शेयर का बेनिफिट्स हुआ है और पीएनबी का 50%. So therefore today the outperforming private banks, because while private sector bank stocks have already seen a sharp rise, Axis is amongst the rate. 35% Axis बढ़ा है, ICICI बढ़ा है 17%. So public sector banks have outperformed their private counterparts by a significantly margin. तो आज देख सकते हैं कि कैसे हम लोग का प्राइवेट बैंक्स नीचे जा रहे हैं और कैसे पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स ऊपर आ रहे हैं. Also, it has been seen about the cleaning of the balance sheet, because public sector banks have been on a multi-year drive to clean up their balance sheets and shore up their respective capital. And यहाँ पे जो lending rates है वो भी कम होता जा रहा है. So therefore today, if we needs to increase and we needs to betterly perform, यहाँ पे moderate quick infrastructure का जरूरत है. Also, there is a mixed picture that we are seeing in the coming times, because the IT sector was amongst the worst performing, which resulted in even the impact in the slowdown in some of the economies like India. So though stock market does not reflect the entirely true picture of the economy, but it certainly a good indicator of where the retail investor and common man invests his money. So India's stock market is going to be top 3 in the world, and SEBI must protect the retail investors from this highly volatile terrain. तो उसी के बाद यहाँ पे बोला गया है अबाउट हाउ द स्टॉक ट्रेड एंड द इकोनॉमी इज डायरेक्टली हैम्परिंग द ग्रोथ प्रोग्रेस इन द कंट्री ऑफ इंडिया. Okay, so this was all for today. So we have these 5 narrow MCQs. Please do attempt these MCQs and do join our WhatsApp as well as Telegram channel for some further updates. So that's all for today. Thank you and Jai Hind.